Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm not gonna do the full intro today because first of all it's gonna be a very short video, and second of all I want to talk about Abby and Libby, and I think this case is getting really crazy. There's so much misinformation, there's so many lies being told, and it just makes your head spin around and you don't know what to believe anymore. So I was sat on the balcony this morning with my partner having a coffee, and I told them to look at the picture that they showed on court TV about the position of the girls' bodies, and it looks like Libby's body were dragged. And I said to my partner, but Libby was not a small girl. Why would he only be dragging her in one arm? What did he have in the other arm? What was the reason he couldn't drag her with both hands? She was found at the base of a tree, and they said that the letter F was written on the tree. I very much disagree with that, because if you take the red color from Libby and write the letter F on a tree, it would be smeared on. It would not look like drops or somebody was tapping the letter. It looks like drops. There was nothing written because it would have been smeared. Do you know what I mean? I think that red color got on the tree when they took her life. And then we looked at Abby, and there's, why would they dress her in Libby's clothes? Why would they put on two bras on her? And you don't even know if that's correct information, because like I said, there's so many lies in this case, so many things that's been said, and then all of a sudden after a few days it was never said at all. It's just, can you make up your mind? Do you know what I mean? It's like lies, truth, cover-ups, mistakes, and it's just, are you kidding me? This case is so serious, and if this person or people are still out there, you can't afford to make any mistakes, and you definitely can't afford to spread misinformation or lies. How can you lie about this? But I was thinking, I said to my partner, why would they give me one good reason why they would dress her in Libby's clothes and put on two bras on her. I can only come with one explanation for the two bras, and that's so childish, and could be very wrong, but it just seems so strange that they dress her in Libby's clothes and put on two bras on her so her chest would look bigger. Were they trying to make her look like Libby? And the position of her leg, I said to my partner, maybe if you have a deceased body and you want to move it, if you go behind her and lift the upper body and moving it, both legs are not gonna follow you like this. One of them, if you lift the body and go left, like turning left, there would automatically be more weight on the leg in the direction you're turning. So I believe that this was not a slippery surface, it was the forest. So I think it's possible that, do you know what I mean when I say lift the body and move with the clock, like round? I think it's possible that the leg could have bent under the other. And then I was thinking about her arms being like this. I don't know. I really don't know, because I would think that when you pass away and your arms are like this, your body goes like very relaxed, yeah? All your muscle relaxes. So wouldn't her arms fall down to the ground like this? I couldn't imagine the arms staying like this when you're deceased. And then my partner said it is possible, because imagine someone was sitting on her holding her lower arms so she couldn't move, and she was kicking with her legs trying to get him off. That could explain the bended leg, and it could explain the position if he was holding her forearms. And that would also explain why she didn't have any red color on her hands. But again, if he was sitting on Abby, holding her arms down in this position, when she passed away, why didn't the arms fall down? Is it possible the arms can cramp and stay like this when you pass away? To me, it doesn't make sense. But he says it's possible. I don't know. If we have any experts in here on muscles, can you please tell me in the comment section if it's possible? Is it possible if you pass away with your hands and your arms in a position like this? Is it possible they could stay that way? And then I read and heard that the FBI was at the scene, the police was at the scene, and I tried to do some research online about the FBI and the police, and it seems like when they go through training to be a police officer or work for the FBI, they're also trained in religious murders. So they would know about occult things and perhaps organism. So when they came to the crime scene, we're not talking about one person being at the crime scene. There was a lot of officers and FBI. So when they saw the crime scene, why weren't they thinking, oh my God, this is a cult, this is organism? They just removed the branches and took the girls with them. They left all the branches there. And first of all, why didn't they see that this was religious? Why didn't they see it was organism? Why didn't they see any signs or anything of this? And second of all, even if they didn't see that this was something like organism, they should have taken the branches anyway, because there could be DNA, there could be blood, there could be a lot of things on those branches. I just feel like you can't afford to make any mistakes in this case. And then they go back to the forest after a few days trying to find the real branches in the woods. It would be like opening a box of toothpicks and being asked to find the right one. You want to go to the woods and find branches. And then they said one of the branches had a very clean cut. Could it be a coincidence? Like, because I'm like, if you just murder two girls and you're getting ready to do your religious things, would you be like, oh, just give me a second, I'm just gonna go get my chainsaw or a normal saw, whatever. I'm just gonna cut some wood to make it look really nice? It doesn't make sense. You just took the life of someone. Do you really think someone would bring a chainsaw and say, well, you know what, just give me a second, I'm just gonna cut some wood so we can make some patterns? It seems like a stretch for me. And then, I don't know, it just, it blows my mind. I don't believe this is organism. I think it's a stretch. It's a really big stretch for Richard's defense team. And then it was said that he was forced to confess to his wife, otherwise the guards, the organism people, they would hurt him and his family. And I was shocked when I heard this. I was like, oh my God. And then the next day I saw a woman saying, she actually showed a document online and said, Richard never said that. Again, lies. Lies. So, and no matter what, if it's organism or not, it still doesn't explain the recording. Richard Allen on the bridge, allegedly, if it is him, and it doesn't explain how his bullet ended up next to the girls. So, is your head spinning around too? So is mine. And were they trying to make Abby look like Libby? I read some horrendous things about what happened to those girls, and I can't even think about what those families they're going through now. It must be, one thing is knowing that your children or your grandchildren are being murdered, but then find out about this. I feel so sorry for the families, and I really hope that the police and the FBI, they're gonna step up and find out who did this. Because now it sounds like they're blaming Abby's ex-boyfriend and his dad. Or did I misunderstand something? I can't believe this is happening. I really can't believe this is happening. The internet is buzzing and nobody seems to believe this Odinism. But I actually saw someone who did and actually thinks that Richard Allen was set up. But how and why? And then at the same time, I was saying to my partner, why would, if you were on the bridge that day, the police came forward and said, when they found the bodies, the police came forward and said, anyone that was on the trails on the bridge that day, can you please come forward? We want to talk to you because you might be witnesses to something that you don't even know. And then Richard comes forward and says, I was there. And in some time, they also asked him, what clothes were you wearing? I was wearing a brown hat, blue jacket, blue jeans, and boots. Would you do that if you killed someone there? If I had taken the life of someone on that trail or on that bridge, and the police asked me to come forward because I might be a witness to something, I was not coming forward. And if I didn't have a choice, I would definitely not explain that I was wearing the same clothes as the killer was, or the alleged killer. Would you look at the picture and just say, yeah, I wore the exact same clothes? It just seems like he had nothing to hide. Yeah, I was there that day and I was wearing a brown hat, blue jacket, blue jeans, and boots. But it's a perfect match for the bridge guy. But that was what I was wearing. Why would he just come forward and say, yeah, I was there, and explain he had this exact same clothes on as the killer? Did I miss something? Because I have to admit, I don't know every single small detail in the case, but what I read, that's what I got. He came forward. Yeah, I was there that day. Yes, I was wearing clothes that matches that guy, but I didn't see the girls. If you just took the life of someone, would you just come forward and say, yeah, I was there? Or would you go into hiding? Like, I wasn't there. I have no idea what you're talking about. And if, like I said, if there's witnesses that saw you, then you don't have a choice. You have to come forward. I wouldn't say I was wearing a brown hat, blue jacket, blue jeans, and boots. I would be wearing no hat, or wearing a white jacket or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't just say, yeah, I was wearing the clothes that alleged killer was wearing, but it wasn't me. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not saying Richard Allen is innocent. Not at all. But I am definitely not gonna agree with Odinism. And that F on the tree, not buying it. This is not written. Then it would be smears of the red color. It wouldn't look like it's been tapped on the tree. So, yeah, we don't know what to think anymore. This is completely insane. Really, really crazy. And you have to be so careful what you believe, because there's just so much misinformation. And then even in the media, I'm not talking about social media, I'm talking about court documents and everything that you should be able to trust. I believe what's written in the court documents. And then a few days after, some of the things you read there, they're not true. It didn't happen because someone lied. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They have a lot of work ahead of them, and I really hope they can trust the investigation, because someone needs to step up and do this right. Because please don't make any more mistakes, and please don't lie about anything in this case, and don't spread misinformation, because it just makes the investigation more difficult and confusing than it already is. So my prayers go out to the families, and I don't even have words. I can't believe they have to go through this. It's like reliving everything all over again. And now they have this information. So heartbreaking. My prayers go out to the families, and I'm so happy they are able to support each other in this difficult time, because knowing that a family member was murdered, but in this manner, is heartbreaking, and I can't even imagine how difficult this time is for them. So I'm gonna end this video here, and please let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Do you believe in the Odinism, or do you think Richard Allen is guilty? And did he do it alone, or did he have partners? Until the next one, take care and stay safe. Bye.